This is 5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
We start today with the case to remove St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner from office. It's now expected to move to trial. Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Holden Krowicki. Kay Quinn has the day off. The judge set a trial date for September 25th. The courtroom battle between Gardner and Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey began with a hearing yesterday. Our political editor Mark Maxwell breaks down what happened in court.
So we are here today, as we all know, in the matter of Missouri Attorney General versus Kimberly Gardner.
Judge John Turbitsky listened to hours of arguments Tuesday afternoon.
In this case, our new unelected Attorney General, Mr. Bailey, has decided he doesn't like how Ms. Gardner is doing her job and seeks to unseat the people's choice.
Attorneys for Kim Gardner argued she should not have to divulge the information Attorney General Andrew Bailey was after.
The subpoenas that they have served are breathtaking.
We've been asking for documents since March 1. We don't have a single document, nor has one ever been offered.
This is a pure fishing expedition.
You've kind of asserted a blanket privilege objection.
The immense amount of manpower that would go into that is really undermining public safety. They should not be allowed to pry into the inner workings of the office in this way.
Part of my concern with that argument is that this entire lawsuit is about the inner workings of the office.
Which is why it should be dismissed, Your Honor.
Fair enough.
The appellate court judge had to fill in on the bench for a rather unusual circumstance.
Judge Booker Shaw here on behalf of the judges of the 22nd Circuit.
Every judge in St. Louis had to recuse themselves from this case where they could be called as witnesses to explain the dysfunction inside Gardner's office.
Whatever the cause of it, the Circuit Attorney's Office is now in a state of near total collapse.
Few people know the inside of a courtroom better than defense attorney Scott Rosenblum.
They just can't handle the work, and it's like one Band-Aid after another, and it's about to collapse.
He analyzed Gardner's defense and saw her attorneys trying to walk a tightrope between denying the charges outright and shifting any blame that stems from it to her staff.
Unless she's going to try to establish that her office is some independent branch and she has nothing to do with it, that's sort of ludicrous that she shouldn't be held responsible.
While the judge hasn't officially decided on what will happen next,
I also saw a judge that believes this case should be pushed to trial, in my opinion.
Gardner's attorneys argued she should not have to hand over internal documents and former employees shouldn't either.
It's sensitive information. That employee cannot unilaterally decide to turn that case file, which is the office's property, over to the Attorney General.
And this effort to silence me and stop me from complying with a subpoena and lawful process is trying to shift the blame to our attorneys and our staff.
Before she resigned Friday, Natalia Ogurkowicz was an assistant circuit attorney. Gardner's supporters tried to shout her down and interrupt her comments to the press.
Stop the lynching of Kim Gardner.
I'm speaking.
I don't care. I have freedom of speech. And this is a legal lynching.
My personal objective is for everyone to walk into this next election, should it happen, with more information than they had last time about what's going on in the Circuit Attorney's Office.
Reporting in St. Louis, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
We're told there's still a chance the judge could dismiss the case altogether, but expert attorneys say it's unlikely this early in the process. In the meantime, Gardner's lawyers have 1 week to respond in writing and explain why this case shouldn't proceed. Stay with 5 on your side for continuing coverage of this legal battle. Just download the KSDK app from your app store. You can also watch the entire hearing on KSDK.com. A group of area mayors wants to combine the prosecutors' offices in St. Louis City and County. In their request to the Missouri legislature, the mayors cite significant problems in Kim Gardner's office, but their plan aims to solve other problems as well. It cites an increase in juveniles committing serious crimes, fentanyl overdoses, and car thefts.
It's just a better way to go about prosecuting our criminals, and the residents of both the county and the city would benefit from it.
We reached out to St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney Wesley Bell's office for comment. Although he didn't address the issue directly, he did say in part, "I believe the future prosperity of the city of St. Louis and St. Louis County are tied together, and helping each other however we can is a positive thing." We're following a developing story in Olivet. The APA Adoption Center is closed today due to a security incident. Police tell us a person who appeared to have mental health issues was talking irrationally and tried to get into the center. There were no arrests and no one was injured. The APA says it'll be closed today while the staff recovers. Also developing today, the Supreme Court is deciding whether there will be restrictions in getting a drug used in the most common method of abortion. The justices are expected to issue an order today in a case from Texas in which abortion opponents are seeking to roll back FDA approval of the drug mifepristone. The Biden administration and the drug maker want the court to reject limits on its use imposed by lower courts. A major announcement about a roadway project. Missouri lawmakers plan to widen I-70 across the state. State Senator Lincoln Huff unveiled a $2.8 billion plan to add a third lane. He says half the project would be funded with bonds. Meanwhile, this morning, St. Louis County Executive Dr. Sam Page highlighted a number of projects the county is working on this year.
In all, St. Louis County Department of Transportation and Public Works is managing $42.7 million of road and bridge improvements. And of course, this is in addition to all the construction projects by MoDOT and other municipalities in St. Louis County this summer.
Dr. Page says the county doesn't have enough money to do all the projects it had planned because of the rising cost and supply chain disruptions. He says county crews do plan to fill about 15,000 potholes this season.
And any road work going on today, which I saw some in downtown St. Louis, it's a really good day for it. Just a little bit on the breezy side. We have Busch Stadium on the right, and on the left is Arnold. So a lot of sunshine mixed with cloud cover. I know some people going to the game. Fantastic. It's 80 degrees right now, or 79, but 81 at 1 o'clock, 82 at 3 o'clock. So fantastic weather out there. And there it is at 79 degrees, but the wind gust as high as 30 miles an hour. So we're watching a warm front headed towards Chicago. There are some storms popping up north of Greene, Macoupin, Montgomery counties, and a chance of severe weather north of us today. But tomorrow we have a weather alert day because of a chance of severe weather with a strong cold front coming in. It looks a little bit more in the way of isolated instead of widespread. So brief wind gusts to 60 miles an hour, large hail, the biggest threats, heavy rain, and of course lightning with any storms that pop up. And I'll time this out for you coming up a little bit in Maine weather.
All right, thank you, Jim. Still ahead, a misunderstanding leads to a shooting, leaving this cheerleader injured. It's one of 3 similar incidents around the country. Plus, overcoming adversity after an accident. How this St. Louis singer isn't letting devastating injuries silence her voice.
River in Grafton, Illinois. Visit our Riverside Flea Market April through October.
At Revamp, we transform your old beat-up concrete from this to this in one day. We grind down the concrete to open up the pores for a perfect bond. Then we repair all cracks and apply our base coat and chip and seal it with our polyaspartic top coat that will never chip, peel, or discolor. On top of all that, our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty. And right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating from any of our Revamp brands, you get a $60 Visa gift card, plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. And when you call during this program, you'll also get up to 10 carbon fiber concrete stitches free, which help reinforce cracks and stop them from spreading. A $350 value for free.
St. Louis homeowners, pick up the phone. Call 1-800-892-5615. That's 1-800-892-5615.
A serious injury is more than a catchy gimmick and can't be fixed with a snap of a finger. So call the law firm that gets real results. Call Kaufman Townsley.
Lab Diamonds, the jewelry exchange, has 5-carat FVS2 for $7,900. That's over 97% off wrap. 2-carat high-grade solitaires are $19.90, 1-carat studs $5.99. Thousands guaranteed the lowest price. The Jewelry Exchange Overland.
St. Louis isn't just an orange, a river, or even a team. It's people who work hard to provide for their families and prepare for the future. It's our home, and these are our friends and neighbors. So when an accident threatens their future, we take it personally. That's why we fight. It's why we built this firm, to make sure everyone in St. Louis gets the justice they deserve. Brown and Crouppen, with justice for all.
New Birkenstocks for spring, and we
Fox News has settled a major defamation lawsuit for $787 million. Dominion Voting Systems sued the cable news network, claiming it repeatedly aired lies that the company's voting machines were rigged against Donald Trump in the 2020 presidential election, while knowing the accusations were untrue. Fox contended that it was reporting newsworthy charges made by supporters of the Republican president.
The truth matters. Lies have consequences. Over 2 years ago, a torrent of lies swept Dominion and election officials across America into an alternative universe of conspiracy theories, causing grievous harm to Dominion and the country.
In a statement, Fox writes, "We are hopeful that our decision to resolve this dispute with Dominion amicably instead of the acrimony of the divisive trial allows the country to move forward." Dominion attorneys say there will be no on-air apologies or retractions on Fox News. There's another case of someone being shot because of an apparent misunderstanding. A cheerleader in Elgin, Texas is recovering today. Her teammate, Heather Ross, says she got into what she thought was her car in a grocery store parking lot, but there was a man in the passenger seat. So she got back into her teammate's car. They say the man then approached the teammate's car and opened fire. Roth was grazed and her teammate was critically wounded.
I was trying to apologize to him. I just, halfway my window was down, he just threw his hands up and then he pulled out a gun. And then he just started shooting at all of us.
Overnight, police arrested Pedro Tello Rodriguez. He's charged with deadly conduct, a third-degree felony. It's one of several shootings to gain national attention recently. In rural upstate New York, 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis was shot and killed Saturday night when the driver of the SUV she was in accidentally pulled into the wrong driveway. Police say Kevin Monahan walked out of his home and fired 2 shots at the vehicle. He's pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder. And the story we've been covering out of Kansas City. The 84-year-old homeowner charged in the shooting of teenager Ralph Yarl will be arraigned today. Yarl was mistakenly rang the wrong doorbell last week. Police say Andrew Lester then fired at him through the front door. Yarl suffered traumatic brain injury. According to court documents, Lester believed someone was trying to break into his home and said he was, quote, scared to death. Texting for help, it's a new life-saving initiative that can help domestic violence victims and those that suffer from hearing loss. We'll tell you where it's launched next at noon.
Severe weather set up for tomorrow, so watching in the afternoon and evening. Now the clouds may inhibit the instability. Also better chances to the south of the metro, but we'll look for some brief hail and also some wind in some of the areas. We'll talk about this a little bit more coming up.